Hello everybody, Shane Customs here with a custom minifigure review. Today it's on my custom produced Lego Selkath headpiece. And as you might be able to notice, this review is a little bit different than the normal ones. It's starting off with an action pose, if you will, of the new custom that I've done here. And I don't usually do this, but I got the idea to maybe do this for a couple of the minifigures that I think look extremely cool in an action pose like this one right here before we restart the view in earnest. But in saying that, as you can see, he's cutting off this droid's head with his lightsaber. And he's not a specific character, this guy. He's just a rendition of a Selkath Jedi that I came up with that is a figment of the imagination, not actually canon or anything like that. But that's all for this little part of the review, guys. Let's go to the review in earnest. Okay guys, so now that we've had a look at this action pose, now we can actually have a close-up look of the minifigure itself in its entirety. The headpiece, like all of my custom produced headpieces, are first off sculpted in clay by me. It is then cast into a silicone rubber mold, which is then filled with a coloured plastic. In this case, as you can see from the net colour, the base plastic for this headpiece was a peach tan. Let's begin with the body though first. As you can see from the side here, there are actually three types of capes, and the reason I do that just gives the minifigure a little bit more pop, a little bit more intricacy, and something to look at. So we've got the cape from the Elite Clone Trooper from the Battle Pack. We've got a custom cape here that goes through the arm, and we've got a stock standard Jedi brown cape for the back. If we go around the front, we can see he's got a green lightsaber with the new dull grey hilt, and he's got tan pants and a torso from Nada Veb, which is available in the newest General Grievous Starfighter from the Clone Wars. As we actually go and have a look at the headpiece here, it is very intricate, as you can see. It was actually very hard to sculpt this neck piece. I had to give it a almost like gill look. It needs to be sort of undercut up, which was actually very hard to sculpt because the lines need to be quite crisp and clear. It was also very hard to do the shell piece on the top to make it look separate from the actual headpiece below, as you can see. And these tentacle bits at the side actually proved to be quite trying, but because I use a good quality plastic, I was able to use those to full effect, and they've come across, very nicely. The paint job on this figure is simple but effective, I'd say. The eyes, as you can see, are yellow with a black dot, and those are the same on both sides. And if we have a look, the coup de grace, if you will, of the paint job would be the top part, the shell piece. As you can see, it's not symmetrical, which was what I was going for, because if I looked at the various reference pictures, and what showed up again and again was this kind of cracked egg pattern for the headpiece. But it was kind of like, it's hard to describe, symmetrical straight lines, but in an irregular pattern. It's very hard to describe, but I think you can see what I mean from what I've done on this headpiece here. But yeah, that took quite a while to paint, and as you can see from the 360, it is pretty nice and even all the way across the figure. No lines are really that much wider than the others, and they all look pretty crisp and clean. Like all my customs, the headpiece is completely Lego compatible, so it's completely removable. So you can chuck that on any Lego torso you would want. But I think that's really all for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this Lego Selkath headpiece. I enjoyed making it, and I've enjoyed talking about it. If you would like to see the creative process behind this custom, I believe I've got videos on my update channel, which there should be a link to down below in the description of this specific headpiece with the preliminary mold that I used for it. If you'd like to purchase any of my minifigure headpieces, there'll be a link to my eBay page below in the description. And if you want to see a few tips or maybe a few pictures of these customs, check out my blog, which there should also be a link to down below in the description. But that's all I've got for you for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got time, chuck a like down. If you've got a comment, by all means, chuck it in the comment section. If you've got a question, I will do my best to answer it. And if you've got time, hit that subscribe button. Always helps me out to know that people appreciate my customs, and gives me that little bit of extra get up and go to do a few more in the future. But like I said, that's all I've got for this one, guys. Hope you're having a good day.